Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at it, this game could have gone either way. It was so close until the end. The money was stacking up. But speaking of money of in-game, we're talking about real-life money. $2,612,260 US is on the line, and this team is really showing the passion they can have here. And you know, when you're playing for this spot, because we obviously have Titan in the grand finals, we know who's there. They're fighting for it. The difference between 4th and possible 2nd is so significant. Even 4th and 3rd is about $130,000.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about huge chunks of cash that is all riding on this last game.
That's right, folks. So here's the deal. Okay, everybody that's in this arena right now wants you to take out your cell phone, because everyone has a cell phone. Come on, it's 2015. Get with the program. Take out your cell phone. Bust out your favorite social network. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be the Twitters. It could be the Facebooks. It could be Vine. You could Vine it.
There's 30 other things it could be.
You know, there's 30 other things that you can open up, okay? And just, heck, if you have MySpace, make it happen.
Good for you.
Good for you, too, if you stuck with them. Good for you. Do this. Get out there, tweet this stream, share this stream, get social about it, folks. And, you know, just let us know, what do you think has been the craziest moment in this matchup? You can use the hashtag SWC, and you can also include @SmiteGame if you're using Twitter.
Right.
Guys, please, like, share this, because what you're seeing here is top quality Smite, and on top of that, this prize pool. Absolutely incredible. These players are playing for their spot in history. I mean, while the prize pool is $2.6 million spread across these players, we're talking about $1.3 million for first place. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 3. Picks and bans now, as we have Cog Red, Cog Prime.
So Cog Red is taking first pick here. Their first pick, first ban. They're going to get Algwong at the table. We talked about this during the break while we were watching the gameplay on the screen. It's just, you know, obviously SK was able to conquer kind of Red in that placement stage due to Algwong. They don't want it to go away. They're going to be banning out Athena from Cog Red, which is a little bit strange this time around.
What's the last ban?
Vulcan going away. Serket doesn't seem to be highly prioritized, but will it be something like a Hercules?
I'm imagining Hercules.
That's
I would
weird, man. We're working.
Yeah, well, well, I would just think that would be what they're going to do here. Of course, it makes, if they go for Serket.
What is it? Oh, okay.
Cyrus.
Pretty standard.
Gotta give the respect. There's the Thorgars.
That's
got
dangerous.
the Thorgars.
That's dangerous.
Probably going to be a Hercules on Prime side, I would assume.
I would imagine.
Just because of the fact Osiris is banned, so Herc is likely going out.
So this is already going to be...
Oh, Herc and Serket, actually.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. So
that is
what
dangerous.
does that mean? What does that mean, Zim, for those...
That means you have, right now, most likely one of the strongest junglers up there with Thor.
Oh, sorry. That was a mistake.
Oh,
that was not
Sylvanas.
Serket. That was Sylvanas. They're very similar. Obviously, they have very toned bodies.
Dude, English,
but there's
bro.
a tree
S's
there.
elude us.
That's right.
I'm just messing around. Okay, so Sylvanas gets picked up. All right. So now what does this mean, Zim?
This means that they won't have Serket.
Very astute observation there, my friend.
Nope, that's not funny.
And
Because there's a tier.
And Rama dropping in. So, Allied, your Prime. Who are you taking here right before bans?
Serket?
Serket? Okay. Turns out this whole time we were right. Okay.
All right,
Turn up.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm really surprised that the lineup switch-ups on her was not picked at all. I'm confused, Driver. I know you're saying like 5 pick. They just didn't even pick on her this time. I give up. So it's just random.
These guys just playing their own meta, you know?
It's their own meta.
Whoa. They're playing their own
meta.
meta.
So big ban.
Shout out to Eonic. That's a respect ban through and through. They get rid of the Athena. Now Nox just got shot out. Another respect ban back to MLC Stealth.
Makes sense.
There's a lot in the pocket, including little baby Scylla that can be picked up for Milk Stealth himself. And there it is!
There is Scylla. We saw the devastation that Scylla brought to the table in that last matchup in Game 1.
Immediate Geb response by Cognitive Prime.
They've got it.
I mean,
that's Eonic Geb. I mean, this is the thing of nightmares. This is how Eonic got one of the highest AAs.
This is so tanky.
Who's the last pick, though?
wait a minute.
This is 4 physicals
like,
on Cog.
Whoa.
And no real magic damage.
Oh, sorry. That was Kronos. Woo.
Oh,
Kronos.
wow. Okay.
Kronos went back in time and changed the pick.
Yeah, Kronos was always there. We just didn't know.
Oh.
Is it happening for you?
Barracuda, stop it. Barracuda, it's not funny.
Do it.
Just
Please.
pick Zeus. Pick Zeus.
Please.
Pick
Please.
Zeus.
No.
Pick it. Pick
no.
that Zeus, boy.
That's a remedy for destruction.
Barracuda, John.
Do
John.
that.
John. I know you're on stage. You picked that Zeus, boy. I look at you.
Oh,
that's
my
not.
goodness.
That's not Artemis. Stop it.
It's probably gonna
Stop
be
it. You stop it. We're not stopping until you pick something.
There's
Shout out
the
to
honor.
Allied.
Okay, so On Her gets picked up, folks.
doing it to
This is it. Scream as loud as you can. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Cog Red, Cog Prime about to go down. Let's take it over to Brandon and Bart. Fellas, drive us through the action.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the commentary desk for the third and final time this evening. It is Cog Red versus Cognitive Prime. It's our last matchup of the day, and it's for a chance to face off against Titan and play for your share of the $1.3 million first place prize out of the $2.6 million pool.
All right, so DBL's tier is easily the best tier in the world. He's unbelievable with them. Boosh, easily one of the top 2 Cronoses in the world, if not the best. Eonic's got Gab, and the character's ridiculous. Snoopy's probably the best Rama, and Gars is undoubtedly the best Thor, so much to the point that he's probably better than almost any other 2 players with any other 2 gods in the game. But unfortunately for him, those gods are Hercules, Serket, Sylvanas, Scylla, and On Her.
That's right, yeah. It looks like both teams got exactly what they want here out of this game, and
Why
we
even have
are
a
going to
bad
have
phase?
a full just drag out slobber knocker on our hands here. This one is going to be a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. Tyr very aggressive, Thor very aggressive, Kronos very aggressive, Snoopy very aggressive on that ROM. On the other side, Serket, free kills. On Her, lots of damage, wants to fight. Scylla, lots of damage, wants to fight. And you got the man of 1,000,000 mana points.
So what happens here is, if the winner of this game goes on to win, this game is effectively worth $1 million. Have you ever thought as a gamer how much $1 million is?
It's more than I will make for the duration of my time at hi-rez, probably.
I was going to say your life.
Yeah, probably my entire life. These players have a chance to win that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce your teams as we move into the game. Cognitive Red has elected for the first pick spot and wearing the blue trunks in this matchup. They're on the bottom side of the minimap and the left side of your spectator UI. It is Snoopy pairing up with Ionic in the dual lane as Rom and Geb. The Boosh in the mid lane as the Master of Time, Kronos. Dagars in the jungle with his signature Thor. And Divios in the solo lane with Tyr the Lawbringer.
On the other side, the red side, Chaos coming out. Cognitive Prime, second seed in North America. Jeff Pinla and Barracuda go into the duo lane as Sylvanas. And On Her, MLC Stealth going to the middle lane with his famed Scylla. Omegatron going to the solo with Hercules. And either Andenster or Landenster here as Serket. We're going to find out.
Yeah, I mean, Serket, although she is so strong, it still seems to me like she is a high-risk, high-reward character.
Extremely.
Especially through the first 10 minutes. So we'll see what Andenster can do with it. Can he really put it together, given the land jitters that he is prone to? But he seemed very calm so far this tournament. I mean, we haven't seen any of the shades of that so far.
That's true, but I mean, there's legitimately $1 million riding on this game.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so no one, I'm sure no one is feeling too calm about this one as we get started. And as you like to say, Brandon, it looks like we'll have a meta start here as the teams do pick up. And it's one of the first games we're going to see without an invade.
No meta start. We had
right.
Eonic and Snoopy start at speed buff.
Wow, yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I both of the speed buffs picked up, both of the blue buffs picked up, and this is a strategy we saw come out early in the tournament as well, but it's an early speed buff on Ionic.
Gars immediately going back down to the red buff, hitting level 2. I don't know if he's going to split this with Boosh or not. Safely walking to lane is DBO. Shouldn't miss too much there. Serket rotates in, but they're playing the safety route. They know what they were going for, and Andy was having he's not going to have any part of it.
Yeah, Andy goes to sniff it out, and then now he realizes that red buff is gone. Obviously, the red buff nearly as valuable as the orange buff to the Thor. It does give him a lot of enhanced clear. The stuns coming out, plus some damage out on the guard. No in-hand to follow up. And the search of it, pouring forward with it. The only 2 minutes. First blood goes to the Boosh, taking down Andenster, and they've slowed down this Serket tremendously.
Serket needs to up and dip out of here. No Sikkim available. She does have the crush, and Gars might be in some trouble here. He needs to move. Like, you need to actually get out of there.
Yeah, MLC could come surging forward that Sentinel, but it is going to be on cooldown for another few seconds here.
That actually wasn't a bad bait either, considering what they just gained out of it. But I'm very surprised to see them throw those abilities away and knock over the kill onto Stealth, albeit that would have been a very risky play.
Yeah, it's so aggressive to go for that here. Let's check in with the solo lane, as we did miss him in the opening gambit here. Divios versus Omegatron. It's Tyr versus Hercules, and it's 2 very large men wielding 2 very large weapons. And they're going to slap each other around in this lane. Unlikely they'll be able to kill here.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, someone can get aggressive here. Before level 10, both players have enough damage to turn on the other. Remember, Boulder can turn a fight very quickly.
True.
Mitigate wounds, not going to have too much of an effect. But Devios' heal is huge.
Yeah, it's that big burst heal coming out of the tier here versus the kind of heal over
Oh,
time.
no, Devios, what you doing, buddy?
Looking for the Fearless Chain there, but unable to stand switches. He wanted to push Omega back into his 3 archers, but instead he's going to send himself back to the pool, heal himself up, and likely we're going to see that teleport to towers coming out. Indeed we will.
Yes, yeah, going to be able to teleport right back. That's a very long cooldown, however. That's going to be a 3-minute, even with level 2.
Yeah, all things told here, it's been an interesting kind of progression back to the meta in which the solo laners are buying the teleport to towers.
I would like to see more aggression coming out from Hinla. They have the push opportunity, and he's not using Wisps to help the wave stay alive and gain that extra push potential. They're just kind of letting it go and backing off. Now level 5, Jeff Hinla gaining a little bit more experience. Same thing for Ionic. Both supports are actually have their ultimate before their hunters.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes to those early camps and mid camps. Speaking of camps, coming back up here in just a moment, about 10 seconds away from these bad boys being back on the map, and we'll see the team start to make their way towards the middle lane to contest them.
Andy and Stealth have a huge push right now. Going to give them an opportunity to pick their poison. They're going to go left, they're going to go right. Looks like they're going to try to control left. That's going to give free rights over to Gars.
Left side, Anderson is here. Jeff Hinla rotating in. Barracuda going to come for a bit of additional support. MLC Stealth with the crunch over the wall. That is a red camp. I'm sorry, a mid camp for them. On the right side, Cognitive Red will pick up a camp of their own. Remember, Cognitive Red is the blue team in this matchup. If you're watching at home and you're a first-time viewer, if we call them Cog Red or just Red, we are, of course, referring to the blue team.
Right now, Devios has a very big advantage in level. He's about to hit level 7 here, way before Hercules. Hercules will need the next wave to do it, whereas Devios has procced in completely.
All things told here, it's looking like an early game that is a little bit controlled by Red. They're up by a smidgen of gold at this point. A little bit of XP as well. You see it swing back and forth. And well, the Boosh on this Chronos, he's going to get through the early laning stage, no problem. That's good news.
Right, but he's also going up against Scylla, who's also going through the early game phase, no problem.
Right, yeah, and MLC Stealth has definitely shown that he can bring the Fury with Scylla, although in game 1 was not that effective.
I don't know.
Oh, no, actually, he was like 8 and 3. No, he was really effective, but it didn't carry the game for them, which
okay,
I think they're
I respect that. I respect that. Ionic going for the chase. No, the rollout's going to push away Scylla. It looks like Stealth recognizes the grouping that's coming here, but the board's going to be able to spot out any clear rotation. Going into mid lane, Gars is going to split this wave here and probably go back for the speed buff on respawn, albeit, or rather before it's respawn. But right side, blue buff and red buff on bottom just respawn, forcing a very awkward rotation coming out from the Gars.
Here falls back to the well in the right side lane on the back of Devios to finish off that Runeforge Hammer and waddle his way back to the lane. And this does give the opportunity for Hercules to move forward, but they're not going to try to sniff out his buffs at this stage.
Ionic going for the steal here. I don't see Jeff making this rotation fast enough as, he tried for it. Wrath of Terror going to hit 3.
Ionic gets in trouble. He gets rooted out by the passive of Jeff Hinla. And now moving forward is Gars. He's going to port out as well, and nothing cooking but 2 ultimates used on the side of Cog. Look for the re-engage from Cog Red if they find the opportunity.
I wouldn't if Serket's looming, and they don't really have the ward coverage. Though they did just spot her. Boosh has control. I'd probably let that one go. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to make sure to try to secure their orange buff. I don't think that Gar spotted Andy rotating in, and Ionic could be in some trouble. Here's Anderson. The damage coming through, and he just gets exploded.
This is why, mate, he should have backed immediately. They would have lost a little bit of experience, but they gained experience in gold with the blue buff. They got greedy and they paid for it.
Yeah, a little bit of, I guess, the small victory for Ionic there as he did die before the ultimate fired, and will still have the cooldown for Cataclysm. All things told here, Brandon, looking over at the solo lane, the tier Hercules matchup continues to trend in favor of the Hercules. He's got the level advantage now with the same itemizations, and he has not yet bought into that teleport.
Omega, this is a bad rotation here, guys. Even if they manage to get this kill, they're spending so many resources to try to pick up a Hercules.
I don't think they done.
He walks away from it basically for free.
Yeah, they get no kill there, and now the mid camps are likely to both go to Cognitive Red.
Oh, wait, though. Cog is actually going to go into the jungle here. Serket starts the red. Not going to have this one for free. She does it too early. Almost getting the steal. Boost doesn't quite find it.
Yeah, here comes Cognitive on the left side for the mid camps. Cog Prime is going to be able to pick these up. Red is going to come take a look at the right side camp as well after dropping the red buff is Gars, and he will secure this for his team. But I think that Red could have settled, Prime could have settled very easily there for both of the mid camps.
Yeah, I agree, but hey, stealing a red's no joke.
I didn't steal it, though. It's on the ground. It's in favor of the blue, yeah?
No. It dropped. Bush wasn't able to pick it up. That was a steal, and he was quick, man.
Oh, yes, there it is. Yeah, I see it now. It is, in fact, on the side of Cognitive Red. They were able to secure that buff for the team. Strip it away a little bit here. It's not going to translate into the graphs very well, but 1,500 experience advantage in favor of the boys of Cognitive Red through this early stage. 7 minutes in.
That's really big. Devios. Oh, nice use of Boulder in the solo lane. Oh, Devios again putting himself in an awkward spot. Still clears the wave quickly. Has one remaining. 3-man grouping in the mid lane kind of suggests that the Gold Fury could be in contention here. And Ionic is backing on a ward.
Yeah, he's backing right next to that ward. They see now that he's back. The question is, can Red flex their muscles enough to make something out of this? And I don't think that it's going to be possible. Sylvanas comes charging forward, Serket and Scylla behind him, but they're looking to aggress in the mid lane. Blinking forward here, looking for the Wrath of Terror. They want Gars to be their target. They're not going to have enough to get him down in time. Mjolnir's Human's forced out. I don't think he wants to engage again, though. He's going to start making his way to the left side lane and take a look at Barracuda.
He also landed on a ward. He'll walk through another. Barra's not going to have any part of this. He's going to walk away. Not really much to farm here. And strangely, Andy moving forward. He's looking for the pull from Cobra's Kiss, and he gets it.
He's going to grab Gars here, and they know.
Oh, no.
Just a beautiful ultimate there. And MLC Stealth getting credit for that kill, falling back as well. Now with the Thor down. Is that enough to go for the Gold Fury here? They don't think so, does Cognitive Prime. They're going to look for Booch now.
Booch not in a bad spot here, honestly. Could rewind very...
No rewind for you. Anderson comes charging forward with the Serket, and now this will be the Gold Fury attempt from Cognitive Prime, and they have a really good opportunity here. It's a 5v3. There is Ionic still up. He does have the Hog. No, he has a Hog 1 only. Both teams only with a Hog 1 at this early stage. Ionic, it's going to be basically impossible for him to steal it. They have to force the reset.
Yeah, he should have let this one go. 3-man Kata taking a lot of damage from Desert Fury. Barracuda going to go down, but they trade out for the Gold Fury. Jeff Hindle will get picked off. A 2-for-1 plus Gold Fury trade means Cognitive Prime is sitting pretty.
I think Red got that.
Did Red get that? Are you serious?
Red got it.
Oh, no. Cognitive got that.
No, Red got that.
Oh, Red did get that.
Red takes that one away. They steal it out. And the Desert Fury came through, but it wasn't enough to secure the kill. Snoopy
sure?
on the backside. Yeah, look at the dip down. Cognitive Red takes it.
I think Cognitive...
Oh, Cognitive Prime does it.
Yeah,
You're right.
you're tricking me, Bart.
I did. I fooled you, not me. It's your fault, Brandon.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You did a bad job.
I'll just blame it on PBAT later. That's what I've been doing all weekend.
Yeah, shout out to PBAT for making me call it the wrong thing.
Jeez, man.
Scumbag.
Mid camp's coming up, guys. We are at the 9-minute mark, so expect that there will be at least some contention. Right side timer belongs to Cognitive Red. Left side belongs to Cognitive Gaming. There just might be a clean split here.
It looks like it will be. Well, there is several members in the mid lane here now, so maybe they're going to have a fight about it first. MLC Stealth, he's going to get stunned out, but perfectly safe. Left side is up. Cognitive Prime starts making their way over there. And, Serket finds Ionic.
Yeah.
Ionic could be in trouble. Are they going to use ultimate? They will indeed. Thor comes crashing down as well. Ionic, he's going to fall. He's going to pop onto Gars. Gars has the poison applied to him. Gars is going to fall as well. Second pop and trying to make his way out as Andy, but Divios is here. He misses the Fearless Chain, but is able to pick up the kill onto the Scorpion. Now the Boulder comes wrecking through. Snoopy does narrowly avoid it there as Omega tries to take the front lines. In the meantime, Divios unchecked. He's like, I'll take these Gold Furies.
This would be a very bad time for Gars to get his first real loss on Thor.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's been a long, long, long time.
Snoopy taking some serious damage. Jeff!
Going forward with the Sylvanas. They pick up the snag onto Snoopy, but don't have the damage to secure the kill. Cognitive Prime nearly getting away with murder there.
Oh my God, that was incredible. That was not only positional awareness, situational awareness, but that was incredible understanding of matchup knowledge on top of the fact that mechanical skill was through the roof.
Yeah, just a great play there. I mean, that is a very hard spell to land.
Omegatron trying to go for a steal, actually just going to wind up helping a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I got you, no problem.
I pulled this over for you. Did a little
I'll
bit
help
of
you out. I'll help you out. Yeah, and Red buff getting picked up now as well on Cognitive Red, and well, they've maintained a pretty decent kind of pace against Prime here through the early game, but that Gold Fury hurting them. The one Gold Fury going away from Prime.
Omega is so good. Turn around with the 180 no scope pull, and then slams Gars out of there.
Andy. Andy's going to be get the Grace Sword for a Megatron, and Divio still playing forward. He's going to get the Fearless
Stun?
Stun from Gars.
Where was
goes
the
to the
stun?
Mjolnir. Stun was on cooldown?
I don't think so.
No, stun was up. Just maybe trying to avoid the diminishing returns or something strange like that.
Possible, but he doesn't find the double tap, and he's going to get out of there just barely on the top side. Anister taking who is largely considered the best character in the game, albeit a lot of potential there to outquang. He's taking him against Gars' Thor and is succeeding quite handily.
Yeah, ahead 2 levels now as a Circuit as well as the 1200 net worth. I'm sorry, the 600 net worth to her credit. And she's going to have a Jotun's Wrath online a little bit before the Thor, but they'll get them roughly the same time. It's the level disparity that's the problem here.
Jeff Hinla and Gars are currently the same gold per minute at 357.
That's tough.
I don't think I've ever seen Gars even remotely in that situation.
Yeah, not very often. It is only a 600 gold disparity, though, so it's not that bad at this stage. Ionic's the only one going to get knocked up by that Wrath of Terra. Anderson does miss his damage. I'm a Monster's going to hit, but it's going to eat mostly that Geb shield. As well, Cog kills forward. They find Gars with a pull, but not enough lockdown to get that Thor off the board.
I am just a huge fan of Scylla's pressure. I mean, at this point, she's level 13, 1 level until critical mass. And by that, I mean the level at which the character is strongest just from levels and not items. When she hits 14, she's getting a decent amount of damage from her passive. She's going to have the AoE Sikkim, the magical protection reduction on Crush, and then, of course, 3 levels of I'm a Monster.
Oh, Gars could be in some trouble here. Underneath the tower, Anderson comes charging forward. Circuit is there, and yes, boom goes the dynamite. Gars is off the board. No Thor ultimate. No contention coming out as the mid camps come back up. Left side going to be spawning shortly.
I think this might be the death of Landenster. Andy is playing beautifully. He's 3-2-4 right now. He's been a part of literally every kill his team has earned in 13 minutes.
I think that Red is going to be really, really upset with themselves to lose this game to a Circuit. Just knowing that she has been in that first man position for so long, to let her through and try to play against it, and then to lose to it, it's got to just be really, really tough to deal with.
It's definitely a conversation they're going to have in their heads for years to come. I mean, this amount of money on the line is beyond life-changing. Of course, the money for 3rd and 4th is incredible as well, but to lose it to a pick and ban, I mean, that'll hurt you.
Well, Gold Fury coming back up in 8 seconds now. In position is Cognitive Prime. Jeff Hinla there just waddling around on the tree. Sylvanas is the man right in the back.
So, Bart, to the same regard, we're talking about how they could lose it to Circuit. What happens if Gars makes the turnaround with Thor? What happens if he makes the Gars play?
They give him more than half of the winnings, because him pulling this game back and pulling ahead of the Circuit and shutting her down would be a tremendous individual feat. I mean, he'd have to kill her 3 or 4 times in the jungle at this point to really pull ahead of her soundly enough to carry this game.
He's 2 levels down right now, and it's Spell and Disaster. Speaking of Disaster, we might have a pincer opportunity. I'm not sure why they're not moving forward here. Gars was in the neighborhood.
I mean, Gars was looking to counter ward there and will do so effectively. Right side here, tier for Divios. He's playing forward. MLC still takes a lot of damage, but Omega is there to zone him out.
This probably is not going to be too troublesome for Omega. Still have mitigate wounds up, which would have been popped had he been hit by the first hit of stop time, just to mitigate the damage inside. Cog Red's going to turn their sights to the Gold Fury, which means eyes on Ionic.
Ionic starts it up after counter warding. Jeff Hinla moving forward, looking for an opportunity. Omega and Anister are there, and Omega can kind of take the brunt of the initiation as Jeff Hinla moves forward. The reset is real, and now here comes Cog Red. They want to find some kills before they go in. They're going to tee off on the tree, but it's not enough. He finds a big ultimate on the 2, nearly catching Snoopy as well, but not a lot of follow-up damage on that. Barracuda takes some damage from the Snoopy ultimate. Gars is crashing into the back line, but here comes Circuit. He's so mobile. They find Gars. Gars is dead, and now surging forward is Cognitive Prime.
No problem. Stealth's actually trying to burn down Devios. He's trying to buy some time. I'm a monster. That's going to be 1. Look, eyes to boost here. That's going to be 2. Not going to find the 3rd one. Jeff the Sex Hinla keeping the dream alive with the roots. He's still alive. Triple kill for MLC.
MLC Cell coming through with that Ric Flair, giving him the woo. He brings that I'm a Monster, taking down 3 in that fight, and they have finally shown what this goddess is capable of. MLC Stealth, my bet for the strongest player in the tournament.
Absolutely. I think it's him and Ionic have been battling. When we're talking about MVPs, obviously I'm looking at Rapikas. Obviously I'm looking at, MLC Stealth. I'm looking at Ionic. It's going to come down to finals, of course, but MLC is definitely riding shotgun on that one.
They'll take a tier 1, no problem. Will Cog Prime and then fall back and take a...
No.
They're gonna at least take a sniff at the Fire Giant. See if they like the way it...
They don't have hand. They're not going to do it. No way. No way. No way. Gars in some trouble here as his jungle once again gets stripped away. Devio's going to find himself facing down 2 here, one of which is going to be the best god in the game, the other of which is unkillable. So I don't know how much pressure he intends to have.
Left side, Snoopy will find a brief opportunity for some free farm, pushing up the waves on his ROM. And, well, as you mentioned in the early game, Snoopy arguably the best ROM player in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, Barracuda's had his way.
So this is interesting to me because the last time we ran a tournament of this magnitude, or well, even remotely this magnitude, we saw fighting into the finals was Team Dignitas, of course, going up against Cognitive Prime. Cognitive Prime coming in as the 1st seed, losing to Dig. In this case, coming in as 1st seed is Cognitive Red, and it seems in this case that they're kind of losing to Prime. It seems like that that first place curse is sticking around.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, Cognitive Prime, they're the team, the different dynamics between the teams. Prime, a little bit older, a little bit more like the villain that you would expect out of a cartoon. They're quiet, they keep to themselves, very secretive practices.
What? Andy Rex.
Don't talk a lot to other people, but where Cognitive Red, they're younger guys, they're a lot more kind of talkative and excited about the game. And here overall, you know, it's maybe the experience of age as Divios takes some damage. He's not going to be able to heal off of this, but not a kill opportunity for Cognitive.
Why did Andy choose to jump away from that? What are they waiting for?
Mid lane stealth. He's going to get double stun here. Diminishing returns out of that Thor, though. He's going to beat it anyway. Thor's going to take a lot of damage. I'm a monster. He's not going to be in a great position. He's going to try to get some chip damage here on the Ionic Craps, and will do so. Half of his HP pool gone. Garage in a lot of trouble. Barracuda's rotation is good. Desert Furious here as well. Boot is taking a lot for his trouble, but they're not going to be able to clean it up. In the meantime, rotating for the right side lane. Here's on Megatron. He finds the Ionic. Divios in some trouble as well. As the Regulars continues to do the damage.
Barra could go down here.
Then they find Barra. No, he's out of here.
Oh,
Boost.
no, don't give it away.
Goes down.
Poison is switched over to Divios. He goes down. Not a deicide yet, but Snoopy doesn't have enough health to hold. Barracuda's going to run back here, a 5-man backing, and that means they're going to heal up and they're going to look towards the big man in the cave.
The experience is a big problem right now. 13,000 experience going in favor of the boys from Cognitive Prime. They have the 7,000 gold lead, but those kills translate into experience here, Brandon, and they are really, really big. They have a lot more HP in these fights and much higher base damage where the items are not yet mattering as we are looking at our 4th, 5th items completing. Oh, Snoopy recalling.
Snoopy is recalling right outside of a ward. They didn't see it. Remember, that is a smaller range, but I still think they're going to spot it out. There's a big rotation towards the right side. Yeah, no Fire Giant. That's an incredibly big misplay coming out from Cognitive Prime. They should have at least attempted the tier 2. They had it for basically free. I thought this was going to be FG. They instead take nothing.
They're going to go for the tier 2, but Divios is porting in, and well, he will at least be able to stall this out. In the meantime, though, On Her continues to farm in the left side. Divios in a bit of trouble as the tree is there. They start to put the damage out onto him. Will they use the Wrath of Terror? They will use the Circuit Ultimate to start bringing him down. No healing for you, Divios. And yes, Divios is going to fall. He takes a spill. And he's just feeling himself a little bit too much there.
This is why we build cooldown before crit first, guys, on Circuit. Another ultimate gonna send Divios down. They're gonna turn towards the tier 2.
Left side, Barracuda. They're hunting him with 3, but they've invested way too much here for just one hunter. Pouring in now into the war, but it's gonna get canceled. Barracuda falls. In the meantime, at the tier 2, Kronos is in trouble. I'm a Monster finds yet another kill. MLC Stealth just carrying Cognitive Prime to victory.
This is gonna be a free tier 2 here. They could push towards the Phoenix. Left side, they might get a tier 1, but I don't know how worth that would even be if they don't get the Phoenix here. No, they're gonna get the FG, but oh my God, Garz doesn't even rotate to the right spot. He is freely giving this up.
What if they go all in?
Dude, I
no,
would
4 seconds. 4 seconds for Divios. They can't. They can't, but they'll take the Phoenix on the right side. It is Fire Giant side. It's an advantage, not an insurmountable advantage for Red, but Cognitive Prime has definitely turned the screws, and Red is staring defeat in the face.
Cognitive Prime recently has become very emotional. Andy has a big morale factor. Barracuda, big morale factor. And Jeff Hinla, most certainly a big morale factor. And after losing game 1, I honestly didn't have much hope for game 3. I really did think they were going to win game 2, but I think they were going to go in here. But it's completely been the opposite. Andy has been on fire. Barracuda fought 3 long enough for a tier 2 and a Phoenix to go down. This is the absolute peak of Cognitive Prime's play. And going into finals tomorrow, I would be very, very nervous to our high Titan.
Just look at the faces of the players in the bottom left and right of your screen. On the left side, that's Cognitive Red, and you can see the island starting to fall a little bit. The realization that their backs are up against the wall starting to set in. On the right side, you see Omega calling the plays as the Gold Fury gets started up, and there's just no contention from Prime. Or from Red, I'm sorry. Prime's going to get this for 3.
Oh, they had a possible Fire Giant opportunity, but they don't have the vision. They don't have the push. Rama doesn't have the peel. That's going to be a free 1,500, and things are looking grim for the Red Boys.
Yeah, they have used their only hog 3, though, on the board for the Gold
Oh,
Fury.
Snoopy is in so much trouble.
Yeah, he's going to get out of here, at least at the moment, but Sikkim is there. Boulder coming through, but off the mark. I'm a Oh, MLC Stealth just shuts him down. Go to bed, Sonny. It's your time, says MLC Stealth as he moves forward. Clears yet another wave. Oh, Fire Giant is in play now. Is on the right side. Anderson's in position. Cognitive Red is overextended. I'm not sure they can get out of this one alive. Who's taking a lot of damage? In comes the Onyx to slow down the push. But
There's
the Terra.
The ult can explode. The ult explode.
Down he goes. No more healing for you.
They're going to try to go for it. Ionic needs to try to get his boy out of there. DVO somehow kills Barracuda. He was so far down, but still MLC Stealth finds a kill. Andy trying to bait out. That's going to be a huge swing. DVO somehow keeping that alive. Tower still goes down. I really wish I was watching the left fight because Barra had him under half.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that turned that way. Divios Well, that's the power of tier, right? That CC chain allows you to do a lot of damage before the enemy can react.
So I'm taking a look at the gold per minute chart here. All 5 members now of Cognitive Prime are significantly ahead of all members of Cognitive Red. That is a very big turnaround. As for level 20s, both Omega and MLC have reached maximum level, which is a huge swing for Scylla, giving her not only the extra damage coming out from the ultimate, but the passive as well, which is very important.
MLC Stealth level 20, Omegatron level 20, 19 on Barracuda. They're pulling so far ahead. You still have a level 15 for Gars and Bush in this game, 14 on Ionic. The two kind of rocks of Cognitive Red in Gars, in Bush, have just fallen short this game.
Do you think this was the plan, to give Gars Thor? Do you think they had some kind of strategy for this?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I think that you give up Thor for Circuit every time you possibly can.
Sure. I mean, no matter how good you are with a character, sometimes tiers do matter. In this case, Andy's showing his proficiency with this character. He's unbelievable. 4, 2, and 12 puts him with 16 of the 20 kills. Jeff Hindla, 17, as well as Scylla, 17 of the 20 kills. That's teamwork, man.
The issue here is very, very simply, there's a Kronos who isn't contributing much to this fight, and you have a Scylla that is just cleaning up the entire house at 11-0-6.
And all the gold really is on Divios.
The magic pressure is just too much, right? They don't have an answer to this on red. They're so damage starved because their Kronos didn't get anything and their Thor hasn't found a lot. It's all on the back of Snoopy. Divios does not scale into the late game on tier as a damage dealer. He's a control mage, essentially. And with a Scylla that's once again nearing the Rod of Tahuti and is going to be steroiding up to about 600 magical power with a 20,000 experience advantage, I'm not sure that this is surmountable for Cog Red.
We're going to see Andy goes in, misses the Cobra's Kiss, takes some damage in return. Probably going to have to ambush out of that one. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, so the fight will stall out for just a bit, but Barracuda continues to pressure down the left side. He looks like he wants to rotate to the mid now and push out this wave as Divios looks to hold. Right side, Phoenix does respawn, but obviously Cog is here. They just need to rotate their Hunter, and where is Barracuda?
Ionic is just trying to keep them out here. No one seems to be aggressing the Phoenix. How Omega hasn't just ran in here and taken this down, I have no idea.
Gars taking just a lot of damage from Barracuda. He's just overstayed his welcome. Down he goes to Desert Fury. Divios gonna try to follow some up. Oh, but the ookie doke from Barracuda leaves Divios on an island.
Did Omega just throw a boulder at Jeff Hindla?
I'm not sure.
I think Omega just threw a boulder at Jeff Hindla. I'm a monster! MLC Stealth again finds one. Probably doesn't need it. Won't get that much damage. Getting chained out. Still finding a big kill there. Stealth very low in the back, but the mid Phoenix falls. And again, the boys on Cognitive Prime are primed to take this one.
They're closing in on a victory here. The Titan has taken a bit of damage. The third Phoenix is being assaulted now by Cognitive Prime. This is the old school team. They were the dominant force in North America before the boys of Cognitive Red came through. These droning Dignitas a year ago at the launch tournament. And now we're moving forward. Cognitive Prime with a chance to play for $1.3 million top prize pool. 2 Phoenixes down. Titan sitting at about 70% health for the Order team. Cog Prime can taste it.
They're going, they're trying to rush back here. This is just 100% a retreat. Gars rotates to the right side to try to keep the pressure off. We're going to see Kronos go to mid. Honestly, this doesn't come down to team fights. This doesn't come down to a lack of skill or anything for me. Because, I mean, right there, obviously, the plays from Jeff Hindla. This comes to picks and bans. Kronos just isn't the right pick here. Tier just isn't the right pick here. They don't have the necessary peels. They went into these, you know, niche picks. They were looking to catch Prime off guard, but this is their sister team. You can't catch them off guard.
You know, I do think that the Kronos pick, the reason that you see this is because it feels to me like, for whatever reason, Cognitive Red really wants to buy this Wingblade on their mid lane mage, and Kronos does synergize with that better than some of the other options, but that's the best I can do to justify this pick.
I mean, he could have just played Ra.
Yeah, where is Robin?
I have no idea. I mean, that's Bush's guy, man.
Maybe it's just the rise of the Unicorn build using that Brawler speed stick. It just has kind of helped teams understand how to transition into stopping down the heal. But let's check in at the Gold Fury where Cognitive is going to take this just for funsies. None of them really need the funds at this point.
Protect the lead.
600 magical power once again on MLC Stealth in this game. Now with the red buff active, it's going to be even more. And that's a 718 power Scylla.
So they're pushing down the wave again. They're going to turn their sights right to the Fire Giant. And Ionic is backing.
I mean, I'm a Monster is dealing 800 base damage right now, plus 120% of the 710. That's going to be about a 1700 damaging ability before mitigation.
Real quick, Bush has 2,000.
Yes, right, he has 2,000 HP.
So Scylla gets a Soul Reaver, which is coming up next, and she kills him in one hit.
I wonder how that interaction works. If the Soul Reaver proc kills him but not the I'm a Monster, do you still get a second I'm a Monster?
I don't know.
Curious times.
Maybe we'll find out.
Cognitive Prime starts pushing down. This could be the victory push for them. They're going to stall it out a moment as, well, in the backside, Andy is picking up a speed buff. MLC just continuing to push down the waves here on the Scylla. And the team is grouping on the left side of the map, looking for their final Phoenix. And how does Red hold this?
And again, you know, the normal smiles, you know, from the boys on Cognitive Red are starting to dim. Ionic blinks forward. There's Gars, but
Scooby's erased.
Anister's already gone.
Scooby's erased. This game is over. They can't hold without their Hunter. He's all of their damage. Bouncing around as the boulder. Down goes Gars. That's 2. Divios in some trouble as well. The pull off the mark, but the Phoenix is going to fall.
Guys,
ladies and gentlemen,
your
Cognitive Prime!
Tomorrow, Cognitive could effectively be collective millionaires to stand on their feet, wiping their brows, knowing they've earned it. They will go on to fight the challengers, Titan.
So we're going to have the Cognitive Prime versus Titan finals here tomorrow.
Bart, before we cast off, I would like to just say publicly that every single caster called Cog Red and SK for finals, and we were all wrong.
We were indeed, but I mean, the whole time I'm sitting here and I have said since day one that MLC Stealth is going to be the strongest player in this tournament, and he has showed up to play. Cognitive Prime will be representing North America, Titan from Europe. That's going to do it for us from the commentary desk for day number 2. We'll be back with the finals day tomorrow on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, over to Golden Boy and Dry Bear.
Thank you very much, Bart. Well, I'm going to say this much, though. There is one guy who called Cog Prime for the finals. This guy. That's
All right,
right.
you got it out. You let it out. Are you done?
Let that one go.
You feel better?
I feel great.
You feel fantastic?
Feels like I just hit that flatulence.
All right. Well, you know, this all started with the first blood, as it always does. Let's check out the Logitech first blood of the game. This is going to be the God of Time, Mr. Boosh. Now watch Anister come from the flank here. I think he just disrespected Kronos in the start. Obviously, you want Cog Red in the beginning for the damage, but that teleport in, there goes that hit, and first blood goes to Cognitive Red, and it all started to go downhill from there. It does come down to the objectives yet again, but man, the intensity, and I think the crowd was all about, look at him hugging it out there. You see David Fry hanging out on stage, and the Sex with his sex hair getting ready to roll, and you know, the crowd is so supportive of this team.
Sex doesn't need cameras.
Well, that's right. He doesn't.
Sex just knocks cameras
he doesn't.
away.
He smacks it out. But so does the Scylla ultimate.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Bang.
By the way, just want to give a quick shout out to Drybear's transitions.
Thank you.
All right, so let's break this down. The Scylla, I mean, Allied, let's talk about this. This was crazy.
MLC Stealth is a monster.
Yeah.
You
Here
used this
comes
before. I
the
was
gamer
taking it.
launch player of the game. Who do you think it is? Oh,
MLC
so
Stealth.
surprising.
MLC Stealth.
Yeah.
He played lights out. Absolutely. Just the setups and his decision making and his patience really like shows, and I believe he's the only mid laner in the world that can even do this with this character. Most other mid laners don't even have Scylla in their god pool. He's literally, I think, the only one at a high competitive level. So that's what is so special about MLC Stealth. He has the patience. He waits for the good setups. And I don't think he missed the Scylla all game. Or if he did, it was already because he killed 2 more people with it. So that was all him.
Yeah.
It was all him.
It was all him.
Well, it was at
Yes.
certain points, but of course the full team will take this, and you can't take it away from everyone. Omegatron,
without a doubt.
Andenster, Jeff the Sex, Hinla, everyone, even Barracuda taking it down. But let's go ahead and bring it back to the Alienware play of the game with that triple kill. Here comes the ever so dainty Scylla in her little dress, and look at the damage. Teleporting forward, basic attacks will secure this one. No more needed to take it out. And there goes the hit. 1 ultimate. Let's count it out, everyone. Here comes number 2. Here comes number 3. Nope.
Not gonna happen. But despite that, though, still picking up
crush.
the triple kill.
The crush, man.
They only got the 2.
I've got a crush.
You do have a crush.
I do. On Zeus.
Yeah, and on Zeus. Yes, on Zeus. All right. Other factors of this game as well. One thing I got to note, there's been a lot of talk this weekend about the Gars. Thor Gars. Ban Thor. People were spamming it in the chat. And here comes Thor. Nothing.
This right here.
I mean, I
What we're
don't
talking
know
about.
what just happened. Sir Cat just was everywhere, and MLC just crippled everybody and just I don't know, just played so good. They just demolished Red.
Yeah.
Allied, walk us through the map here.
So basically, what's happening here, it was the same thing, just a little bit switched around. Overall, it was the same kind of map control. It was 55% to 45%.
Exact same numbers, again.
But the one thing to point out, Cognitive Prime got every single Fire Giant and Gold Fury. Like, they outright just kept those two important objectives under control. Mid Harpies, believe it or not, were going back and forth a little bit there. I mean, Cognitive Prime did get majority of them, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I think, honestly, the thing was just MLC was just picking up like so much momentum off each ult, and I think Cognitive Red were demoralized after the second game.
By the way, one more thing to point out. Hey, what's the number again? Prime with control. One more time. Just this time they capitalize on it. And another thing that was mentioned as well, we were all talking about was, Scylla wasn't much of a factor in game one, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, Scylla actually got dominated in game number 1. A lot of consecutive missed ultimates, and Hercules really zoned her out effectively. I think Cognitive Red really needed to do the same thing this match, but they didn't have the lineup for it. I mean, Tyr was a little bit slow on the draw. He used to be a master initiator, which he still got a little bit of an essence of that, but he can't jump in on the clutch as much as he could before. Same point, I mean, Kronos, again, a very slow character. They didn't really have strong reactionary counter initiation to stop it, and with that, there's a lot of securing CC on Cognitive Prime as well to make sure that Scylla ultimate hits. It's a very common play to make sure you can keep them inside of the crush for the magical protection reduction, get the big ultimate, pop the crush, get that Sikkim to take them down, and then you've got Jeff Hinla on every single objective. You see on the right side of the screen, Fire Giant 100%, Gold Fury 100%. That's all Jeff Hinla.
The Sex Hinla.
The Sex, thank you.
Ally.
Well, Jeff Hinla played absolutely lights out. I think this is probably his best support performance yet, and he's only been getting better. And it's hard to believe he's come such a long way from being on Denial Esports all the way to now the superstar Jeff the Sex on Cognitive Prime.
Yeah.
And he keeps getting better every day. So, but going into like the skill pick from game 1 to game 3, I think honestly just the Skilla was just off. And that's the thing about Skilla, why I believe a lot of mid laners don't pick her up, is just because she's kind of like risky. I mean, if you don't have the correct setup or your decision making is just a little bit off, you miss. And then you're kind of just waiting on cooldowns, you don't have an ult, it's just a whiff, so.
Yeah. Well, seems like we have a fun interview down on the floor. This is going to be a really special one. I'm not going to say anything. Let's just go over to the floor with a very special guest along with F.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tom F. Banninger here with the extremely giddy John Salter. Barracuda, that's how you know. Just how are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, dude. Like, those games were the best games of the tournament. Like, hands down, like, oh my God, I can't even handle it right now. I'm going crazy.
I mean, you're feeling great. What was going through your head in game 2?
Oh God, we just threw this game. We're probably gonna lose.
And how did that change?
We realized that we were the best team after we almost threw the game, so we're like, there's no way we're gonna lose, because we got MLC Stealth, we got Barracuda, we got Anister, we got Jeff, the Sex, Hinla, and Omega carrying every team fight. We're the best team here. Let's go.
I mean, so that's the way. That's the way you're feeling right now. You're guaranteed X amount of dollars. You're going to the grand finals. Tell me, just unadulterated, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? How are you waking up tomorrow morning?
I'm probably gonna have a heart attack before I go to sleep. So Smugglin' Rum, our manager slash David Fry slash everything's probably gonna have to sub in for me tomorrow because I'm gonna be dead tonight. But I'll probably get 3 hours of sleep tomorrow, drink a lot of coffee, drink a lot of caffeine, probably do some drugs, and then we'll hit up Titan tomorrow. And I think we'll 3-0 them. I mean, we're the best, you know.
Sounds good. One thing I want to mention before we go, you're not wearing shoes.
No, I don't wear shoes. I never wear shoes when I play. I'm so excited. I think I'm on drugs.
Awesome, man. Say one thing to your fans and friendly at home.
I love all of you guys here. You guys are the best. You guys are the reason I'm able to do this. You guys are amazing. Oh my God, I'm dying.
And home.
Love you guys too. All my subs, all my fans, everyone that's been supporting me on Twitter that's not here, you guys are amazing. You guys are the reason I'm here. This is esports. This is Smite. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened in my entire life. Like, we're gonna bring this home for America tomorrow.
You heard it here, folks. Barracuda himself, hyped as hell. We're gonna throw it back to the analysts. Thanks for everything.
Heel tag.
All right, well, thank you very much, F. So, just want to let everyone know, what time you can tune in tomorrow.
We're not done.
We're not done yet. We have one more day. It's time for the finals. Tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern time, though, will be the consolation match. This is the fight for third place between SK Gaming and Cognitive Red. This is going to be very important, folks, because the difference here is basically $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
And you know both teams are playing with a chip on their shoulder.
That's
without a
it.
doubt.
Well, you know, that's 10:30 a.m. Eastern. That's going to be a 1:30 p.m. I'm sorry, it's going to be 4:30 p.m. CEST if you're out there in Central Europe.
Them
So make sure you
conversions.
take that start in the evening there. But of course, this is going to be huge. I mean, you're looking at Cognitive Red up against SK Gaming. If you look back in the top left-hand corner of the screen, Cognitive Red was knocked out of the semifinal skip from the upper bracket by SK Gaming, and they're both looking to fight for that 130,000 difference between the two. And of course, the grand finals. #1 seed coming out of Europe, the Amateur League clearance team. They came out of an open bracket tournament in the Challenger Cup. This is a big deal for them, but they're going up against Cognitive Prime, one of the most tenured teams we've ever seen in the history of Smite Esports, playing for the first place prize of $1.3 million for a single team.
That matchup, folks, will take place at 2:30 Eastern time, folks. So 2:30 Eastern time. And if you also want to know when the matches are going to be coming up, well, it's very simple. You can actually go to the iOS or Apple Store, whichever you prefer to call it, and the Google Play Store, and you can download the Smite Pro League app. There you can get
Do it.
times. Also, if you're in the venue, it's a good way for you to get some giveaways and stuff, right? Win some giveaways.
Sweet.
So, all good stuff, right, folks? In any case, we thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute blast.
It
I mean,
has.
I cannot say like how much more excited I am for the finals. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll
see you tomorrow.
Guys, there are so many words that I want to say that I'm not allowed to, but that set was amazing. I can't believe it. And that wasn't even the grand finals. Tomorrow, the best two teams from the world will be playing for first place prize of $1.3 million. That's so much money. Your two teams, Titan, the team that came from the wild card and upset the EU regionals, and Cognitive Prime, the home state favorites and the most tenured team that we see here. Guys, I'm gonna see you all tomorrow here at the Cobb Energy Center in Atlanta, Georgia for the finals of the Smite World Championships.